Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where last time we finished up our initial foray into learning how to be a gladiator. Today, we are working on some side quests. Now, unfortunately, we are basically out of side quests. Well, more fortunately than unfortunately, we actually are caught up. But there's also not a lot to do today. So today, we're actually going to be focusing on a certain set of side quests across all of the major regions that I've actually been saving until this specific moment. I wanted to be able to do them I wanted to be able to do side quests in all three of the main city-states and surrounding areas, because these quests are connected in a way, in that they are doing a very similar thing. And you'll understand as we go through them. There's two specific sets of 3 side quests. There is an ongoing seasonal event right now, the Moonfire Fair. It's a summer festival. Unfortunately, I think I've mentioned before, we're not high enough level to do it. We need a combat class at 30, and we don't have anywhere close to that yet. Anyways, we're going to start out with Pomolmine here, with the quest, Help Me, Lord of the Dance. When Pomolmine approaches, beware, for the impetuous Makote always leads a merry dance. Psst, you there. Yes, darling, you. They say you're the last with the brass. Well, they call me that too, but for a different reason. The name's Pomolmine, and I earn my keep as a dancing girl in these markets. Aye, it's a living, and a good one, but it's not exactly what I set out to be when I bid farewell to the mudflats. I know, isn't that the way the tale curls? Still, I should like to be one of those dancers Dexter. You know, the sort that engage for the grand balls. To be a dancer of craft, not mere wiles, and keep company in high society. Of course I'd have to learn a proper sort of dancing, less shimmy, more stately, and that's where you come in, darling, because I've got a quarry for you to track down. They say a dancing master named Gillanax, Gillano? That might be Gillano, is in town. All the highborn ladies are aflutter wanting to take lessons with him. He's the best, that's the word. This is my chance to be something finer than Minnie the Minx. Go to the Steps of Thal and ask around about him, won't you? Right then, we are heading out to find this dancer in order to help Pomolmine become a better dancer, hopefully get into high society dances. Have you heard anything about this Gillano? Master Gillano? Oh, it's lovely what he teaches, but straight as the gate, my good lady. He's very choosy about whom he teaches. You must dance for him and show some innate quality. Why, he wouldn't even accept Master Gigaruju's diamond-crusted crumpet, and she was quite the danseuse already. Okay, so he's got some high standards. Makes sense for someone with a reputation like that. It doesn't look like there's anyone... Oh, wait, there is one down here to the southeast. But then it looked like there was also another person to talk to upstairs in the husting strip, so we'll head there next. Have you heard anything about Gillano? Oh, of course I know where Master Gillano is. Don't you see those roses on my cheeks and the ever so slight droop in my supple carriage? I've just come from practice. You can stop wondering who the belle of the ball is to be next moon. With what Master Gillano taught me, I have no doubt that I'll dazzle the masses. Where can you find him? Well, I say, but no, why not? You should find him on the husting strip. He said he was headed to the airship landing. Oh, so he's actually leaving town. We have got to hurry then. What's the fastest way to the husting strip? Right here. Let's quickly get up there and get his attention. Have you seen Gillano come through here? Are you another one of Master Gillano's camp followers? So cute. You know he's from Kurthis, don't you? Travels the world teaching the art of the dance. They say he was the youngest dancing master ever to leap the lance, that he had a large estate, a fine stable, and a coat of crown sable. Why anyone would leave all that is beyond me. When I think about that, it gives me shivers, you know? Why, if he weren't leaving Ul'dah today, I'd consider permitting him the pleasure of my person. Oh, don't look so shocked. Mayhap when he returns. Well then, he is popular in more than just the dance, it seems. And there he is. Thank goodness we caught him. Master Gillano, I am he. That you're an adventurer is apparent, but what business brings an adventurer to a dancing master, I wonder? Atah, you will not answer where no question has been asked. It is a feet that must persuade, not the tongue. Now dance for me. Alright, he wants us to dance and show that we are worthy. Except we're trying to actually help our Pullman. Wow, God, what was her name? Pulmanine? The vessel is rude, but the wine within may yet be fined. Unfortunately, there is much call in my time, and I am bound for another land. I'll make a dancer of you when I return to this city. There you are. Heard anything good? Hope you're not wasting time with that looker there. Pulmine, please. Pumolmine, please. Oh, Master Gilino, I'm Pumolmine the Danseuse, and I would speak with you. It is my greatest desire to become a dancer dexter and perform at a grand ball. Please, my lord, won't you teach me? So, it is not the adventurer who wishes to tread the parquet, but the stammering maiden. Child, I sift people to find dancers, do you understand? Then let us see whether you can master these steps. That's how they do it in high society, huh? I can be the last with class, just watch. Hideous, grotesque, your dancing stands alongside the calamity in its horror. Well, those words might cow your high-born ladies, Master Gilino, but where I come from, we take our lumps and keep on twirling. Now, what exactly didn't you like? Child, you rely overmuch on appearances. You go from pose to pose, pleasing to pleasing. That is not dance, but crude fascination. Adventurer, look sharp and take your turn on the floor. I'm in armor, so this won't end well. I can't take my eyes off of you. I mean, you're not exactly good. You'd be picking rotten orange pies out of your eyebrows if you did that at the market, but... It's a story, isn't it? A dance is a story, and I have nothing to say. Because I haven't lived, just made a living. Okay, but it's literally exactly the same. Aye, child, ale-glazed eyes are easy to please, and you have squandered these years striking your poses when you could have learned a craft. Still, you have courage, I'll warrant that. I weary of teaching so many who may have lived, but in ways too alike. I wonder if you have courage enough. Do you dare to start anew, to be a dancing girl no longer, to learn a true craft? I dare. I will learn the craft of adventuring. Do you adventure for fun or gain? Do you have to be very good with weapons? The moves you make with your arms. Is that some fighty thing? I want what you've got, darling. The way to the grand ball is through quests and dungeons. I'll learn to slog, I'll learn to slug, and I'll learn to dance. Thank you, milady, thank you. I'm off to the Adventurers Guild. You've taught me so much, and I'll never forget that dance you showed me. I'm concerned. Did she choose a mere adventurer over me? Master among masters? My airship departs the strange city soon. Dance your rude yet puissant... How that's another word I don't know. Puissant? Dance? Adventure? Mayhap you'll affect more aspirants as you did Pumolmine. Ha! And mayhap I shall hang up my dancing shoes and start anew. Well, that was a quest, but we got the ball dance emote. Fantastic! Our first of many new emotes. We're going to be picking up several as we go through the game. The ones you start with are not the only ones there are. Alright, our next destination, we are going to be heading out to Horizon. Oh, sorry, not Horizon. We don't have to go quite that far. We're actually just going to Scorpion Crossing. Why did I think that quest was going to be in Horizon? Oh well. Thankfully, it's much, much closer than that. Alright, so let's see. We are specifically looking for this quest right here. Where the Heart is the Goblet. There is a set of 3 quests titled Where the Heart Is, and they all unlock the same thing, but in different areas, and you'll understand as we go through. Oh! She had another quest for us. I'll take care of that afterwards. Emmy has information that may interest wealthy adventurers. Have you heard the news about the Goblet? All that quality land so desperately coveted is to be auctioned off to bidders, regardless of their origins. Even adventurers have the right to participate. Just imagine, the entire area could end up owned by wealthy foreign... beg your pardon, miss. It isn't that I dislike adventurers, far from it. But when you consider that Old Da is still struggling to accommodate countless refugees, the idea that this land is being sold for profit is not surprising whatsoever, come to think of it. Still, the least they could do is give preferential treatment to hard-working old Dons like me. I've been saving for years just waiting for an opportunity like this to come along. Say, you wouldn't happen to be curious as well, would you? About the Goblet. My hands are full here, but if you have a moment to head that way and look into this auction business on my behalf, I'd be ever so grateful. There's bound to be an Immortal Flames representative by the gates or in the Goblet who can explain what's going on. This wouldn't happen without General Ralbon's approval, of that much I'm sure. And so, as you may be able to guess, the other set of 3 side quests we're taking care of today unlock player housing. Which actually got a major update in a recent patch where they switched it to a... I believe they switched it over shortly after Endwalker came out to an auction model. It used to be just first come, first serve, but that caused problems. Hello there, Momoraji. I heard about the auctions, have you? You're not the first to approach me this eve. It is true. In an effort to encourage immigration to our great nation, all lands within the Goblet are to be set aside for adventurers like yourself. Tragic, some might say, that only adventurers will be permitted to settle within its wards, but such decisions were made by men wiser than I. Ooh, our client's gonna be really disappointed about that. Really disappointed. A beautiful place, the Goblet, a man-made oasis built atop of towering buttes. Ah, but why bother explaining when you can see it for yourself? Just head through these gates and follow the road. If you wish to know more about the Goblet, speak with the recruit station just past the entrance. He'll be happy to assist you. Alright then, we need to head to any residential ward within the Goblet. Each of the 3 nations has established a residential district wherein like-minded adventurers can establish a base for their activities. Each residential district is divided into wards, which in turn house 60 plots of land each. Wealthy individuals may purchase plots of land upon which to build their own estate halls, while free companies may jointly purchase plots. Those seeking simpler quarters may instead purchase a room in the apartment buildings found in each of the residential districts. Estate halls and apartments can be customized by installing fixtures and placing furnishings. Please note that in the case of estate halls, specific company privileges are required for customization. More information on housing can be had by speaking with the resident caretaker station at each district. Alright, let's head on in, and it doesn't matter where we go, we're just gonna go ahead and go to Ward 1. Alright, welcome to the Goblet, the first of the 3 residential areas. A lot of people, from what I have seen, are not fully happy with the way residential districts work in Final Fantasy XIV because they are so limited in how many houses there are. Across the 3 city-states, there are, of course, the 3 major residential areas, each having about 24 wards, and each ward having 60 houses. So that's about 4,320 houses per server. But then there's also the apartment complexes, which about double that, to about 8,640. And then as we get further into the game, there are at least two more residential areas that open up. So that, again, almost doubles it. Still, the housing is quite limited in this game, and I don't understand why there's probably like technical issues on the back end, because this game was built off the remains of 1.0, which was a catastrophe, and they built it in a rush. So it's not surprising if the housing districts were also built in a rush, but there's a lot of cruft on the back end apparently, which prevents them from fixing a lot of the issues with housing. Which, of course, those issues with housing are why they have numerous methods to try and get more people to get into houses who want them. If you have a house and you don't visit it for a certain amount of time, you lose it. And they recently switched, as I mentioned, to an auction system for selling off new houses, or houses that are now newly free. Greetings, adventure, and welcome to the Goblet. Beg your pardon, an Ul'Dan woman asked you to learn more about the auctions? Oh dear, as you may have heard, these plots are reserved exclusively for adventurers. Since your friend is an Ul'Dan citizen, she is ineligible to participate. Should you yourself have a mind to purchase a plot, pray speak with a resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. That being said, auction is probably not the best way to describe it. Auction actually I would say is a little bit misleading of a way to describe it. It's more of so it used to be first come first serve. Now it's more of a raffle. That's how it's implemented now. Yeah, a raffle. Basically, you pay the requisite amount that the house would cost, and then it is raffled off, and they call it an auction, but it's not. And then whoever wins gets to claim the house. If you fail to claim the house, you lose your money, and it goes back up for auction/raffle again. If you lose the raffle, then you have to go pick up your money. And if you don't do that within a certain amount of time, you lose it. Basically just a slight way to try and manage the player economy, because so much money keeps getting thrown around. People just keep building up more and more. Also partially just to encourage people, hey, don't sit on an auction and be an asshole to other players. Don't, like, try to win, and then leave it there so no one's even using it. It's a bit of a messy system, and hopefully they keep improving it, or just rework it at some point. You've returned. Tell me, what have you learned of the auctions? Not for you, that's what I've learned, unfortunately. What do you mean it's reserved exclusively for adventurers? I mean, sure, times are tough and every nation is scrambling to attract formidable fighters. But what about my needs? What about my 40 acres and a choke? Oh no. Oh no. That's a bad reference to a real-world political shit. Haha, US history is not fun. Well, that completes Where the Heart Is, the Goblet, unlocking our first residential district. Alright, while we're here, you do have another quest. Emmy of Scorpion Crossing is worried about the condition of her chocobo. We'll do this, and then we'll head on to the other city-states to do their dance quest and their housing quest. You there, yes you, you're an adventurer, are you not? You travel about Eorzea, slaying beasts and finding treasure, that sort of thing? I've need of help. I must travel to Horizon where my cargo awaits, but my chocobo, Slugger, won't move an ilm. I tried to have a closer look, but I saw a vile pair of antennae protruding from his feathers and I lost my nerve. I love Slugger with all my heart, but bugs I cannot do. I fear he may have a parasite ladybug that's gorging itself on his blood. Check him for me, would you? And if you find a ladybug dug in there somewhere, kill the damn thing. Alright, will do. Let's get those ladybugs out of there. Quack! Quack! Oh god, that is an angry ladybug. Thankfully, it's only level, what, 3? Yeah, 3. Pathetic. Alright, Emmy, I have saved your chocobo. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are. Who hauled all that cargo all the way here? My good boy did. Oh, yes, he did. Here's some water and some gizzle greens for my good boy. You having fun? Alright, Slugger, how you feeling? Quack, 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 quack. Good to hear you're happy. Slugger says thank you, and you've my thanks as well. I was sure as sunup it was a parasite ladybug. Must have latched itself on somewhere along the road, but now how the bloody thing managed to stay concealed to that size is a complete mystery. In fact, I'm not even going to question it. I'd just like to move on and put all this behind me. I appreciate when this game calls itself out. If we don't keep our chocobos healthy, cargo won't be able to move over land. We owe these birds a great debt. I wish more folk would see that. Well, good to see you care about your chocobo. That is good. There are a few more quests, actually, that we can do up in the Vesper Bay area. Ooh, I would really like to do those quests now, actually, but priority is going to be on getting the housing done and the dance quests done. So let's head on to... let's go Gridania next. Alright, our dance quest here in Gridania is going to be from Errol. Saw that one coming. Errol has noticed a rare bit of excitement within the serene city-state and would share with you what he knows. I make no secret about my disinclination towards Gridanians, as you may know, but I just saw a rare sight that I would be remiss not to share with a fellow adventurer. Just over yonder, in the Acorn Orchard, I saw a comely maiden, new to these benighted parts I'd wager, dancing with a gaggle of younglings. 'Twas a dance I'd not seen before, and I've seen my fair share. Do they perhaps ready themselves for some fresh rite? After so much doom and gloom, I shouldn't mind a day of merrymaking. Just the thought excites me. Would you see what it's all about? Okay, I don't fully like your attitude, but sure, I'll go check out this dance. Let's go see what is going on. Alright, so they are going to be right over here. Are they across the river? Yes, they're right down this way. Hello there, Yedith. I heard you have a dance. A day of merrymaking, is that all you adventurers think about? I'm here to teach, my dear lady. For me, these younglings are to learn a most sacred, meaningful, and uniquely uplifting dance. Now, I realize full well the tradition may not hold much allure for the young, but I didn't think they would up and run away. This manner of disobedience is unprecedented. It's all the more surprising considering they obey the Timber Master without demur. What I wouldn't give to know his secrets, but I must wait here for my unruly charges. I wonder though, might you ask the man how he tamed them? Alright, so you've got some runaway children to deal with. Let's go ask Beaton if he knows how to deal with that. Hello there, Beaton. How do you keep the children in line? I do not recall summoning you, Satori. Is there something you wish me to inspect? Apparently not. Speak your mind, child. So the younglings will not heed their dancing master, and I am to provide the solution. Master Yedith seems able enough, but having no generosity towards herself, she has none for her charges. Give the younglings these on her behalf, and then bid them return to their lesson. Okay, interesting. So she just needs to treat herself better, and have more self-respect. Got it. Well then, we have been given some toys, so let's go make some deliveries. I believe all of the children can be found in Old Gridania, so we'll be heading over there. And it looks like there's going to be one right over here. Hello there, bashful boy. Scoop with both hands, then look left, up, right, down. Or is it up, down, down, left, right, BA start? I wish you would let me take notes. Konami Code, it's good to see you. Oh, why this is made of maple. It's unmistakable. Ha, Master Bean would tell you the grain of it almost flows like syrup. Someday I'll be a timber master like him. He wants me to go back to Mr. Yedith's class, doesn't he? He always tells us that if you can true a piece of wood, there's no excuse for not truing yourself. Alright, I'm going. Alright, so I understand now exactly how he keeps these kids in line. He's just nice to them. Makes perfect sense to me. Alright, next one's going to be right over here. The Gleeful Girl. But I don't want to be a dancer. Why can't we just play? I mean, I guess we could dance for fun, but I don't think Mistress Yedith knows how. She's so uptight. Yeah, no kidding. She was offended by the idea of having fun earlier. Is this one of Master Beaton's toys? Does this mean there's more if I go back to class? I'm on my way. Ah, bribery. Beautiful. They even know they're being bribed, but they're fine with it. Which is fantastic. And finally, the bubbly boys right over here, by the Conjurers Guild. I ran off because it's boring. All Mistress Yedith says is how we're doing it wrong. Well, I brought you a toy. Will that make things better? Hey, that's one of Master Beaton's. If this is supposed to be a bribe, then you've got yourself a deal, adventuring lady. Wonderful. Hey, at least we're going back to class. Alright then, let's get back and talk to Yedith. And maybe inform her of the necessity of being nice and not uptight to children. They are kids. Of course you scared them away, you hate fun. Well, I don't know what sorcery you worked, but the younglings are back, and I do believe we've reached an accommodation. It would seem I was stricter than I imagined, and loosening up a bit has made a great difference. This dance is for the Feast of the Harvest, to give thanks to Nafika and the elementals. There must be no aggression in this dance lest the matron be angered. It's very, very important. I do realize I haven't made the best first impression, having you fetch my students for me. To make it up to you, will you let me show you the dance? Think of it as a kind of peace offering. I'm gonna be honest, that is one of the silliest dances in the game. Why, you are a born dancer, dear lady. And so say we, and so say we. Comes a sailor from the sea to show the laddies how it's done, and so say we, and so say we. Swings his axe and says, remember, shiver, shiver me timbers, and so say we, and so say we. Oh gods, no! Master Beaton, what have you done? You brought a weapon to the sacred dance! The matron forgive us, we are surely doomed! Master Beaton, you scared her off! We were having fun! Timber Master Beaton, wasn't that a sailor song? How do you know it? Never mind how I know. More to the point, what could have troubled Mistress Yedith so? She just said you brought a weapon! You did! She said you're supposed to be peaceful, the elementals will be upset, and you know how uptight she gets. The course of relationships never does run smooth, child. You'll all discover this in time. Well, that was a thing. Good luck with teaching those kids. The kids seem great, the adults seem to have issues. Alright, next up, we are going off to do the housing quest in this area. And that's going to be down in Bent Branch, which is enough of a walk that I think I'm just going to take a chocobo. Let's make this a little bit faster. Only 5 gil to get to Bent Branch. That's much cheaper than Ul'dah. Especially considering the length. Shorter trips in the Ul'dah area take longer, cost more. Alright, I believe we should be able to just get off right here. And the housing quest is going to come from Marjoria, right over here by the Aetheryte. Marjoria has information that may interest wealthy adventurers. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you not an adventurer? I've seen you running to and fro, face-setting grim determination as adventurers are wont to do, hence my presumption. If so, I have information which might interest you. Rumor has it that plots within the Lavender Beds are to be auctioned off. What's more, bidders need not even be Gridanian. Any old adventurer or wandering minstrel could, with sufficient funds, purchase land and build their own home. Considering how discerning the elementals tend to be about who can and cannot reside within the Twelveswood, it's rather surprising, if not hard to believe. But if there is truth to these rumors, well, who hasn't dreamed of owning their own forest cottage? Perhaps with a small vegetable garden and a stable large enough for a chocobo or two. Lady, you just described my dream life. Maybe not a forest cottage, but God, just a place with just enough land to be self-sufficient, growing basically all my own food. Couple of chickens. Fuck, that sounds perfect. You know, should your travels take you to the Mirror Planks, where the ferry to the Lavender Beds is, perhaps you'll find a Twin Adder representative who can tell you more. I'd be shocked if they weren't involved in such a monumental change in policy. Alright then, so we're only halfway to our destination then. Gotta get down to the Mirror Planks where we have been before. Just down here, not too much further of a walk, and I don't think the Chocobo Keep will actually bring us there, sadly. Would be nice, but... I do really love the Twelveswood, the Black Shroud. It has... I've probably talked about this before, but it does go by a couple different names. Though I forget which cultures in Eorzea the different names are associated with. I want to say... the Twelveswood is almost certainly the religious name for it in Gridania. And then the Black Shroud is the more general name. A good morrow to you, miss. What can I... Ah, you wish to know about the auctions. Very well, allow me to explain. There's a growing concern that our immigration policies may have been a tad restrictive in the past. And so, the Seedseer Council and the Order of the Twin Adder have, with the blessing of the elementals, decreed that the Lavender Beds be set aside for adventurers. And once again, our client's going to be disappointed. Adventurers who possess the necessary funds to purchase and maintain their estates, that is. Should you look upon the beds with your own eyes, though, I think you'll agree that it's well worth the price. Have a word with the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you across. A recruit station at the pier can tell you more about the beds once you've arrived. Alright then, let's head on over to any of the wards of the Lavender Beds. Alright, we have arrived, and yep, this area is fucking pretty. I love it. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Lavender Beds. Oh, you come at the behest of a Gridanian woman? I regret to inform you that these plots are reserved for adventurers. Your friend will not be permitted to take part in the auctions. You, on the other hand, would be more than welcome to participate. Should you have a mind to purchase a plot for yourself, pray speak with the resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. Alright, and we are done here. Let's go ahead and get the heck out. Take me back to the Mirror Planks. Fungal Frolic. Oh god, that's level 29. Where is that quest started from? Up there. Okay, got it. That's past Matron's Lethe. I don't think we've been up there yet. We've climbed up and down the giant branch at Matron's Lethe, but... I don't believe we've explored the top area. That's for good reason. It's like level 30s up there. We're not ready. Alright, almost back to Eorzea. Bit of a longer walk than it was to and from the Goblet, but oh well. I believe once you have actually unlocked the housing ward, we should be able to get to it from the Ethernet of the associated main city, so that'll be convenient. Good to see you again, friend. Did you learn anything about the Lavender beds? Oh, adventurers only, is that so? Well, these are trying times, and it's more important than ever for Gridania to attract capable individuals like yourself. I feel like a lot of people in the city aren't going to agree with you, but I'm sure that one day my dreams will come to fruition. One day I'll have my own cottage and stables filled with my beloved chocobos. You and me both. Yeah, it says right there, we can now access the Lavender beds via the Ethernet, and specifically via the Gridanian Ethernet. Alright, last stop is going to be Eorzea. Alright, so back here in Limsa Lominsa, there's actually several additional quests we can do around here. A matter, of course, is level 30, so that's not going to be happening. Beauty is only scalp deep. That's an interesting quest and unlocks an interesting feature. We'll do it in due time, but not quite right now. And Rising to the Challenge, I don't quite remember what the... Oh my god, we need to do that. We actually do need to do that, like, right away. Which of you two has Rising to the Challenge? That should be a really, really quick quest, if I'm remembering correctly. But it is going to be very important for getting bonus experience to level up our classes even faster. Itolwyn is still pleased with the carelessness of the wench's customers. We all know how it feels to have had one too many. That's why I'll not fault our patrons for much of what goes on at our tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later ranting and raving as if their drunken heedlessness were somehow my fault. Take this impressive looking journal right here. As oft used as it seems to be, I have no doubt its owner is tearing up the town searching for his prized possession. A stranger he was, a swarthy Rogadine who enjoyed his drink. Seemed to be getting on well with one of our regulars, Quentinane. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I'd offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, Baderon docked my wages. I mean, I'm on good enough terms with Baderon that it might be fine, but sure, let's go figure out where this runaway Rogadine is. Quentinane, do you know where your friend went? Have I seen who? Look, just because I spend more nights with the wench than in my own home don't mean I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling in through the doors. Wait a minute, that bloody book! Why didn't you say so sooner? That tight-ass bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was heading for Aleport. Where else, the scurvy sop? Nigh me a will, and he's still stranded at the ferry dock, so gods know it won't help me get my gill back. Alright then, he has run off towards Aleport. Lovely. Then let's go chasing after him. This is a quest that I very, very, very much want to do. Yeah. This straight up just unlocks a great passive feature in this game. Okay, so we are able to catch up with him. He's still at the ferry, judging from our recommendations list. The actual dance quest we want to do is Good for What Ails You, which should be around here somewhere, but we'll get to that once we have turned over this book. Okay, down to the Fisherman's Guild. You forgot your book. Please take it. If you have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventure awaits. You forgot your journal. My journal? Why, I thought I had lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Ha ha! Did you steal a glance at his pages, perhaps? No? A shame that, for this book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did. Ha ha! You have the air of an adventurer about you, if one still untested, but take heart, even the most accomplished adventure, and I speak from personal experience, was once a whelp with more dreams than sense. Were there only some way for me to repay your But of course, I have a fresh journal right here that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own that one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds? And with that, I shall be off for adventure, and a flagon or 20 of the realm's finest ale calls me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself with a wench, do thank that Elzen fellow for his generosity. Haha. Yeah, I think you probably should, Rod, actually. Yeah, you keep fleeing. And this unlocks the challenge log. The challenge log contains a list of adventuring objectives across a wide range of categories. Completing any one of these objectives will earn you rewards. Completion status is reset on a weekly basis, and it is possible to undertake the challenges repeatedly. Each unique challenge you complete counts towards the overall completion category, which yields additional rewards. As you progress in level and advance in the scenario, more challenge objectives will become available, giving you the chance to garner richer bonuses. Effectively, this unlocks our weeklies. We can now do weekly challenges on the challenge log. Where the heck is it? It's somewhere around here. Where is my challenge log? There it is, way at the bottom. But yes, we can now work through our challenge log, our weekly duties, in order to gain bonus experience. Good little way to get that little bit extra you need. And it does add up. It does add up quite a bit. Just look at that. You get 1,000 gil and 1,965 experience for just completing 5 different leave quests with different leave plates. Leave plates being basically the category of the leave quest. So yeah, bunch of little things that we're probably going to be doing anyway, gonna get us quite a bit of rewards. Anyways, Dodozan, you have a quest for us. There is a hectic flush of panic on Dodozan's face as he looks wildly about Hawker's round. Oh my, oh dear, my cask of ale is gone and it had to be the one ordered by someone who doesn't brook tardiness. I'd bring the matter to the Maelstrom or perhaps seek help from the Yellow Jackets, but my clients would likely frown on involving anyone official. An adventurer such as yourself, though, would be capable of doing a little unofficial investigating. Would you find the stolen ale for me? It was right outside Fisherman's Bottom, but someone surely saw something. What's that? You would have the client's name? Oh, none of that. Discretion creates opportunities. Now, go to the Fisherman's Bottoms and make your inquiries before this cold of mine grows worse. The Bloody Executioners. Oh no, you got a job for the Bloody Executioners. Oh, that's gonna be rough. Yeah, let's hurry, for this man's not dying. I do not want them dead. That would be a tragedy. And if we don't get that cask back, they absolutely will. Alright, let's see, what do we got around here? Affable Angler, did you see anything? After a cask? Well, can't rightly say if it's your cask, but there was a big fella come by recently carrying one. He asked me if I had smoked Mackies, though it would go down nice with ale. Tain't the only thing I know neither. Glass wore black, and you know what that means. The Bloody Executioners. They stole their own ale? Interesting. Alright, has anyone else seen anything? Nothing in the Fishers Guild? How about down at the dock itself? How about you, preoccupied porter? Looking for Dodozan's cask of ale, eh? I'll help you. Dodozan ain't a bad sort for a swiving trader. There was a topper come asking after the cask. Wanted to know if it was ale, the poxy fool. Okay, well, that's not helpful. Anyone else? Perhaps down the docks over this way? No, nothing down this far. There's gotta be someone else around here who's heard something. Anyone down here? Here we go. Small-boned sailor. Cellar. I find it a little bit hard to read the text. There we go. Did I see someone walk off with a cask of ale? Why, sure, it was during the afternoon offloading. Fellow didn't look like a thief, though. Hoisted the cask and walked right on over to the Astalicia. Okay, we have a destination. We have the Astalicia, which is that boat right there. So it sounds like the Bloody Executioners stole their own ale. Let's go make sure the misunderstanding is cleared up before they think that our client just straight up did not deliver the ale. Alright, what do we got in here? Nothing over here. Maybe up on deck? Nothing up here. Here we go. What are you looking at? This is a dance duel. A dance duel. Much more important than anything you got. Much more. You may be able to scamper up the rigging to the Riggins crows. You may be able to scamper up the rigging to the crow's nest, but can you get down? Not for a siren's teach, a great clodhopper. Begging pardon, Captain, but there ain't no Mikote alive heavier on her feet than a great Galoon Rogadon such as yourself. Ha ha! Well said, Captain, and well retorted, you bloody Sunseeker. Or was you a Moonkeeper? What other lands they got there? Bah, who even cares? Am I right? Who are you, anyway? There was a whole passel of you afore, but now there's only one. That's a miser's trick, it is. Oh, you're really drunk. Nope. Nothing worse than a miser. This horse on what was a madrigal, or admiral. What was his name? He didn't like no drinking nor dancing. Bad for... Corals? Corals? That can't be right. Corals! Ha, of course you're right there, lassie. Should never doubt myself. Anyways, this madrigal, I'll call him Madrigal Pinchfist, passed decrees like they was farts. He decreed no dancing within a hand's reach of spirits. But no, Madrigal's smarter than a sailing man. We just stopped reaching with our hands altogether. Ha! We inventated step dancing. That showed Madrigal Pinchfist and his corals. Ha ha, that's right, lassie. Gets me all fired up too. Makes you think, like, oh, I know. You want to dance. All this time I just thought you was being churlish, but... No, I insist. Dance first, talk later. That's the way of it. We have completely failed to get through to him. He is way too drunk for this. Why, you cagey sea fox, dancing like sailing folk, you do? Could swear there was 3 of you, or was I just... Never mind, you're practically a sister now. You ask me anything. A Kashka Dotazon's ale. Carried it off from Fisherman's Bottom my very own self, I did. Had to, matter of fact. We had already drunk all we had aboard. Of course, Dotazon's getting paid for it. Someday. Don't make a difference if he frets a night or two. Maybe you should have said that right here. In front of your captain. Why, you reprobate whoreson! That's the tale of the cask you lugged in? Blackguard! You dare call yourself a bloody executioner, all hugger-mugger about what belongs to who? Dotazon has the cods to not to mule about the colors we wear, and you play him for a fool? I'm sorry, Captain. Wasn't thinking it through. Got to fix that, I do. It's what they call a coral failing. Adventure, I beg pardon for my man. I swear, Limlane mistook him for an oyster and gave him grit for brains when she made him. Since you're already here, how about you square our account with Dotazon? Take this payment to him. We'd be much obliged. You dance with us and all, so I'm trusting the guild won't inspire any moral failings in you. That's some long kill on the Asalisha, if you take my meaning. Good to know Dotazon wasn't ever in any risk. But oh god, that man is going to get his ass beat, and he kind of deserves it. What a piece of shit. Granted, they are pirates, so it's not too surprising. And they're some of the more infamous pirates in the area, so again, not the greatest group, but At least we're getting this resolved, and at least the captain seems to have a head on his shoulders, at least. Even while drunk. Alright then, let's get back up, and Dodo-san, good news. There you are, not a moment too soon. Did you find my ale? I did, and I brought your payment. Huh, well, that's the price I was to receive, but where did you get it? Oh, from the from the clients themselves? I see, yes, there's always some blustery young fellow like that. Hasn't earned his swallows or stars yet, I'll wager. Can't you say? Captain Monskate is kind to say so, I'm sure, but I hail from Ul'dah. We trade with anyone if they've got guild to pay. Pirates, princes, they're all the same to me. And if I know these particular pirates, and I do, they'll be wanting another cask to drink away this little fracas. Many thanks, adventure. And we get the step dance, the third of the regional dances. Alright, last thing we are doing. Where is... Oh, right. The housing quest is going to be over in Red Rooster Stead, so we are heading on over there. And I think it'll be basically faster to walk. Oh good, we got corpses. Ah, Limsa's as lively as ever. Let's go before we run into anyone more naked than the dancer we helped back in Ul'dah. Ah, Limsa. A town of debauchery indeed. Alright, here's the Chocobo Keep. You'll be able to get me over to where I need to go. I just saw something concerning pop up on my computer. If we just lost sound, I apologize. Thankfully, this is a side questing episode. I'm gonna hope that it's fine. Actually, I know exactly what happened. Okay, we should hopefully be fine. But again, if we lost audio, I apologize. Alright, let's finish up this last housing side quest, and then we should be good for the day. I'm honestly a little bit surprised at how long this set of 6 side quests has taken. Well, 7, but one of them was really, really short. Because my recording's at over an hour already, so... Maybe I should have split up the emote quest to be separate from the housing quest. Oh well. At the very least, they are out of the way, or going to be out of the way at least. Alright, Oxcone, you have my housing quest. Oxcone has information that may interest wealthy adventurers. Mind looking into something for me, adventure? It may even be of interest to you, in fact. I'm told that plots within the mist are to be auctioned off. You, me, hell's even a 12-stand wandering minstrel could purchase their own piece of Eorzea. And upon that plot of land, you'd be free to build a house for you and yours. You can't tell me that the thought isn't at least slightly appealing, can you? It is a bit surprising that the Thalassocracy has the time and resources to prepare such an area, what with the kobolds and the primals causing all manner of troubles. But who am I to judge the priorities of politicians, much less pirates, eh? Besides, I'd like nothing more than to own my own home. I've yet to verify the truth of the tale yet, though. If you've no objections to taking a detour from your adventures, why not head towards the Gates of the Mist and see if there's a Maelstrom representative who can confirm or deny these land auctions. It is the exact same formula as the other 2 housing quests. Let's head on over to the entrance to the Mist, which is going to be just down the North Hill from Red Rooster Stead and around this way. Hello, Rogan Lona? What is it, adventure? Ah, yes, the auctions. By order of the Admiral herself, Mist and all plots within are to be sold exclusively to adventurers so as to encourage their immigration to Limsa Lominsa. Why only adventurers, you ask? Practical necessity, really. Limsa Lominsa is in dire need of fresh blood, capable, courageous adventurers who will fight her foes and protect her interests. Those who build a home here will have that much more incentive to aid us. As for what manner of place the Mist is, I think it best you journey there and see it for yourself. Please direct any other questions you might have to the recruit station just past the entrance. Alright, let's head on in and check out the housing districts. A very pretty area indeed. But I think the Lavender beds are my favorite of the 3 we've seen so far. Greetings, adventure, and welcome to Mist. A Lominson sent you say? Ah, that's unfortunate. All Lominsons are barred from participating in the auctions, you see, on account of the fact that they're, well, Lominson. Admiral's decree. If you find the areas you're liking, though, please consider speaking with the resident caretaker. She can guide you through the process of purchasing a place for yourself. And yeah, as usual, poor Lominson cannot get their own home. All the city-states are really struggling with their own issues, so they really need those adventures. Can't say I personally agree with the policy on a political level, but it makes sense. Anyways, let's get back to Achkon. Honestly, I disagree with it more in the case of Ul'dah, where, as mentioned by the quest giver there's a huge refugee crisis. I would think that would be the bigger priority, but there you are. What news have you brought me? For the purposes of luring adventurers to Limsa Lominsa, that's unfortunate, but it does explain a great deal. Looks like my dream of owning my own home will have to wait a little while longer. But don't you worry about me, my day will come soon enough. And that completes the Mist quest, giving us access to the 3rd residential district. And with that, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we are going to be heading back to Ul'dah, and we're going to be picking up our last Magic Caster quest. Also, as a heads up, the next week will be the last week of episodes for a while. After we finish up next week's episodes, going through the last, picking up the last of the classes we need to pick up, I'm going to be going on about, I'm going to be going on a break. It'll be either somewhere from 2 weeks to a month. I will see, but it's just, we had a big batch of episodes where we've been gathering all of the side quests, and it feels about time to take a break. Just to rest, recharge, make sure I'm not burning myself out, and then we'll be back in due time. Anyways, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we are making our way back to Ul'dah, and we're going to pick up the Art of Thaumaturgy. I'll see everyone next time for that.